Well, I assume in your career you've come face to face with a lot of these gentlemen, correct?
Yeah, I would not I'm like you can't just go into prisons and come face to face with them. But yeah, I've talked to them on the phone, through correspondence, sometimes in prison.
Have you ever gotten that just like, this is just pure evil? This guy is just, he's, there's
See, I
nothing
have a
human
hard
about.
time with the word evil,
Okay,
frankly,
gotcha. All right.
because it's kind of a religious context.
Okay.
Do I think, have come face to face with psychopaths? Absolutely. The coldness, the lack of remorse, definitely. So some people, yeah, some people call that evil, but we are finding that it might very well be a brain disorder.
Huh.
Neuroscience is giving us a lot of information about the brains of psychopaths, and they do process things differently. They have very shallow emotional connections. Is it something they're born with? If so, that's a different story.
I wonder if you can test that on 23andMe.
Find that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
Scandinavian
think so.
psychopath.
There's a guy in New Mexico who's scanned the brains of thousands of inmates and also compared them to normal people and finds, around the world they're doing this work now. The brains of what we call primary psychopaths who seem to be born with this brain disconnect are definitely different. And it allows them to be better predators if that's what they choose to be. Not all psychopaths are criminals, not all psychopaths are murderers, but if they choose that, it allows them to be very effective at it because they really don't have any remorse over what they're doing. And they really can be very calculated. They tend to be very reward driven. So the brain is different.
Well, and just kind of talk about one of the ones, as you said, that kind of defies, the typical serial killer. Just as you're describing right there was the BTK killer, and you did
Yes.
do. You said you had conversations with him and so forth. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've known him for 11 years now. We spent 5 years working on his, what I call a guided autobiography. That is, he wanted to tell his story. I wanted it to be useful for criminology, psychology, and law enforcement. So I guided him toward thinking about things that we would find useful. So yeah, 5 years though was was quite a. I wouldn't have guessed it would take that long, but it did.
And did he go into detail going through? I mean, obviously, I'm sure his upbringing, but did he cover how many murders was he convicted for? 10, 12, something like
10,
that. 10.
10.
Did,
Right.
did did he go through even talking about those? Each of those murders or why he did it.
Everything in detail, in detail. Yeah. And the one that he had anticipated committing just as had got arrested, he already had one in mind. It was going to be the worst of all of them. But yeah, in detail.